So the movie off rip starts with some glazing like a morning shift at Krispy Kreme. What do I mean, you might ponder? You're telling me they have to gear up this many people and this heavily to escort one person? I feel like the writers are glazing. They want us to feel like he's a threat. And with this many people, I feel threatened. Mission accomplished. I would look around at my coworkers like, so we really gonna do this? How much are we getting paid hourly? What's the hourly rate? I need at least $45-50 an hour to get my ass beat. At least. With some great dental coverage. But it kind of loses a little momentum when you realize they're being led by a Thanksgiving turkey. No disrespect. But if you're gonna gear up, let's send in our best. This doesn't seem like our best. They walk into the cage and reveal the man they had to take Batman level prep time to face. My nigga gently with his slick back. And Butterball tried to act tough, even proceeded to attempt to wipe the sweat from Lawless' face, but was stopped by mere words. This man Lawless was rocking like Ray Charles, but sending out thrusts like he was Trinity from the Matrix. Look at this man's face. He even had to give a double take. Nah, you're not leading us anymore. Get behind me. Matter of fact, stand in front of me. I need the shield. So they geared him up for the transport and got them moving. But the prisoner was talking a lot of shit from behind those bars. Why is he still alive if they were feeling this frisky? This old nigga even tried to make a move, tossing a dagger at Lawless like he was 10-10. But he didn't know. They gave him that legendary chest armor. Knife barely made a cut. But I see why they were talking from behind the cell. Lawless straight folded those bars like a sheet of paper in Lil Wayne's pocket and peeped this old nigga, waiting until Lawless was out of reach to try to reach for him. Sir, sit your stupid ass down, acting like his name was Mr. Fantastic, knowing damn well he wanted no smoke like he was asthmatic. Anyway, the officers must have decided to take the scenic route, showing him all the famous tourist spots or something, because it was walking for a grip, finally making it out to this Ghostbuster looking whip. And Lawless, armed with hand sensors, sensed danger looming in the room, before he was taken off the mat with a quick scope like he was facing up against Prime Phase. The officers started to give the air dust the White Bear special and filled it with lead like ground cinnamon, until Butterball decided to act brave and gave out a command to cease fire. So you can get a closer look, but not alone. This nigga needs to bring 2 tributes with him like it was the Hunger Games. He got a closer look to just shoot at it again. He could have did that from back there. My God, why you tell me to come up here? The only thing he managed to achieve was getting the 2 tributes to play their role of cannon fodder by a pistol when they had assault rifles. Getting dropped by a pistol while geared with full shield and health is crazy. But what was crazier was this nigga. He dropped down the tightest leather fit he could buy from Spencer's and was unscathed. How was that possible? All those bullets were afraid of this nigga? Must have seen his fit and figured he was gonna be on some 50 Shades of Grey timing and weaved around him. They wanted none of that freaky motherfucker. Front flip was so impressive, left them speechless, giving their fingers stage fright. Because why did they stop shooting? Who the hell said cease fire? Look at this frame. I know you're thinking, how did he fuck up this prime victory? This easy dub with a shot like this? He should be celebrating a victory royale right now. Crown on top of his head. He let this man kick his gun. Losing a gunfight to a kick has to be something to land you on a list of ass. His pants are tattooed on his legs with how tight them bitches look. Sticking to his skin like a wet latex glove. And you let him move on you like this? Kick so hard, turn him into a PS2 character for a second. Had him looking at his comrades like this. Help me! Help me! Before Yulaw kicked his thigh meat, having him pose like he's about to score the cleanest soccer goal I ever seen in my life. But that was just a setup for the booming shit with the WMD. Damn near punching his head into the ground. But these niggas got to be fired. Only after watching their boss get harassed did they decide to do their job and use their guns. But Yulaw was on a tour of full disrespect and lifted this big nigga like he was Simba and used him like he was a shield. Okay, Captain America, but you're telling me they all ran out of bullets at the same time? Because he had enough time to channel his inner Scott McCall and Raw, just full on emoting like he already won. I know he crossed the name of his target off his list already, but he was cooling at this point, and the guards are just standing there letting him charge up his special with taunts like your SmackDown vs. Raw, only beginning to fire when he had a head start, bounced off the wall like a crackhead, landing mad swiftly, and these niggas were shooting with the eyesight of Helen Keller, treating the wall like he was the one that killed Lawless, and Yulaw was just a disrespectful gentleman. Bodying Lawless wasn't enough. He treated this man's body like a soccer ball, and they didn't even try to dodge, just stood there hands in the air. I guess nobody's R3's working, can't crouch, but this nigga was the worst out the bunch. What was so interesting about Lawless' lifeless body flying in the air that he needed to fully follow the action like a new chop to follow in a high-speed chase? The dangerous man bounced off the wall like he awakened the gum fruit. This is more interesting. Forget what I just said. This nigga started walking closer with a ranged weapon. Staying with me now. Shoot from afar, even if you are out there shooting like Shaq. Because now look at him, soaring, floating in the air like a kite on a windy day. And he made everyone else taste the air the same, hitting this man with a 2-part combo. Like getting swatted like a fly by a nigga's leg has to be a 13th reason. Then he just saunters off like a bad bitch. Even still, while one of them got up and took aim, and I can't blame him because they are incapable of hitting a shot. He's not even trying to dodge, just straight walking. Looked back once and upped his own bland, and then no look domed this who should have just stayed down. Why'd you stand back up? You know you can't do shit. Before turning into Noah Lawless. And they had the audacity to give chase for no reason because they weren't gonna do shit, even if they caught him. But I know his thighs are burning from that friction that leather was causing. He got diaper rash. Then we have two characters who seem like they're actually competent. Harry and Evan. But Harry was already starting the movie off wrong. You have Evan with the same look Damon had when he was watching Tupac and Friday After the Next. Pure devious intent. Like his trigger finger was itching and stretching Yulaw out was the only way to scratch it. But Harry had to come in like a wet willy talking about we were hard to apprehend, not assassinate him.
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
This nigga's a murderer. You think he's out there having tea parties with Miss Daisy? We gotta put him down now. Harry stuck his head out the window talking about some MVA like Yulaw was running so he could have a friendly chat with a random. And he nearly lost his head. But Evan was on go, letting that finger loose. Too bad he was cosplaying a stormtrooper, hitting everything in the area but his target. And Harry had the audacity to say something about it. My guy, did he not fire on us? I'm confused. So Evan put up on Yulaw and had the cleanest shot to turn this man's head into a peanut butter and jelly sandwich while he was playing on his Omnitrix. But now he decided to listen to Harry's words and pulled out a phone straight out of SPD force trying to stop Yulaw's motion. Some things happened and they wound up traveling to another dimension and Yulaw got arrested. Which, I'm sorry, would it not be easier to turn his head into a donut? I'm just saying. Harry talking about you see, sticking to protocol always work out. Then why is there another hour and 13 minutes left of the movie? So they begin the trial for Yulaw, listing off his victims. And I'll tell you this, Jet Li with dreads is devious. I don't blame Yulaw for blicking that one out. He need to be popped for that hairstyle alone. But I'm still confused. He's on trial and he collected 123 souls like he was Shao Kahn. So after his trial, they're about to send him off to Hades. But then the mom from Spy Kids appears and it almost turned me to Shamik Moore. Do I? Anyway, so we all know the execution goes wrong. Like, what can they do right? They let this nigga give one last speech like he was Goldie Roger. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought the speech was starting her engine. The way she started to move, but she just had a secret compartment in the heel of her shoe. Storing a white rat. All that technology in a white rat with a bomb is his kryptonite. Yulaw got free, bodied like 5 more people. And if I was Evan, what did I tell you, nigga? I knew this was gonna happen. Your friend out there acting crazy. Me personally. Anyway, we meet the next alternate reality Jet Li, Gabe, and he's not a criminal in this universe unlike the rest of them thugs. In fact, he was in the process of accompanying a snitch somewhere because he was a police officer. But do niggas in prison just be mad all day or something? Because in this universe, the inmate was just screaming out shit as well. Like, calm down, y'all have so many years left to be angry. Spread it out some, don't burn out. So the same scene from the beginning of the movie happened. They escort to a shootout. But Gabe's team was more capable. They was just spraying into the event like they was fumigating. Then the NPCs had their dialogue. Is he soup yet? No way he got out of there. He gots to be. Real dialogue, I'm quoting them. And of course, they had to check. But then Gabe's hand sensors started to tingle and had to warn him behind them before Yulaw stuck his hand through the pipe and revealed one pistol as he dropped them. But if I was an extra with an assault rifle and the director told me I'm about to get dropped by a pistol, I would be like, Gabe got the acting, ramming a van into the air duct, knocking Yulaw loose, and was ready to spray him down like a roach. That was until you heard this and froze. But Yulaw, being the demon he was, just started spamming R2, having Gabe play hopscotch in the van. But hey, good thing backup came, is what you would think. But they just kept boosting Yulaw's level of coldness. He took a shot from across the map and had one of them stumbling like he was handed a drink by Cardi B, before he just started flexing and enjoying a nightly run. And Gabe was out there trying to hawk him down, but had the aim of a D1 stormtrooper recruit. Yulaw had to display some more of his talents as he cleaned the wall in front of him with relative ease. And Gabe was like, I'm no bitch. I have ups as well. He struggled a bit, but he got over. Now I'm sitting here in my chair thinking, that barbed wire is ass, stopping no one. It was as effective as this man. But like, never mind, they're close to being gods because of Yulaw's killings. But that was all a part of Yulaw's plan. He just wanted an ISO for real. Upping his pistol and laying Gabe down with one shot. Nearly added him to his list until the NBA agent showed up to put no shots on the board, but still saved him. You have to give him that because you can't give him anything else. So we move on in the movie and his wife wants to run an MRI on Gabe after the shooting to make sure he's all good because he said the shooter looked exactly like him. Think he got PTSD or something. But Yulaw was not waiting until he was done with his test and was about to paint the doctor like one of his French girls until Harry and Evan showed up. Again, one step behind, like, nigga, step your game up. But now we finally realize they don't have ass aim. Yulaw was just the embodiment of him. He was weaving and deflecting bullets all the same, but he was on the hunt. nobody was gonna stop him. That was until Gabe had to show him. He was the same, spinning around the MRI machine, kicking his gun hand in the air, and fed him a taste of feet in the same hang time. Tossed the cart at him, had him rolling away like Sonic. Not gonna lie, even after that play, Gabe was like a sitting duck waiting to be turned into a goose. Thankfully, the MRI machine was great at the game of snatchies and yanked the gun from Yulaw's hand, allowing the NBA agents to surround him. Being useful, but not smart. Put that man down now. He already had his trial. He was found guilty.
Hang that nigga now!
Anyway, Yulaw escaped, but not before bodying another officer, leaving Gabe behind to take the blame for it. Because the agents out here playing dimensional tag with this man. For Yulaw, there was no fear. It was just a goddamn game to him. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I also blame Gabe a little bit. You seen what this man was wearing. I know that's the only outfit you brought to the hospital with you. But you had to match with him? Call me weird? I would've moved around with the hospital fit on. Sacrifices had to be made. Like, just imagine what would have happened if he didn't change his fit and stayed in the hospital room. But since he made the choices to get active, you know what he had to do? He had to embarrass his fellow policemen. He didn't want to do it, but he had to do it. They wouldn't leave him alone. And I say, write all that pink slips right now. All of y'all gotta get it beaten put on y'all. Unacceptable. But to be honest with you, these agents are damn near ruining Gabe's life. Harry had a chance to put Yulaw down like the rabid animal he was being, but didn't. He wanted to compensate like he was a late night talk host. I know he can't kill him because they don't know the consequences, but that just let Yulaw know he had free range to do what he wants. So after the van crashes, Harry tries to run hands with Yulaw, starting off beating him with a fire extinguisher. He was like, this metal object, it's not really working. Let me feed him a headbutt. The nigga almost turned his own brain into Quaker's oatmeal, while Yulaw was rubbing his eyes like he just woke up. Now I don't know if Harry's considered an elite agent of the NBA. I don't know. But he was out there swinging like he just learned the concept of squabbling. Had his jab caught by Yulaw Chen, trying to get his hand free. I give him this. He's not losing spirit because Yulaw was eating them bitches like the little Debbie snack cakes. Then started to dance while showing Harry not only could he eat his attacks, he could weave them shits as well before turning into a Looney Tunes character, stomping his foot into the road, turning his toes into flapjacks. Him just arms up like he was a newborn getting his shirt changed, and peep. I have never seen a nigga get kicked out of their jacket. This is a new experience for me. And I've seen this movie before. This scene just feels brand new. This level of violation feels new. The universe, Harry, you have to up it on him and use it. And he must have heard me through the ripple of time. But he was too late. Like a child with vegetables on his plate, Yulaw was playing with his food. Nothing Harry was doing was working. Using the door? Nope. Uses explosive? Nope. Net gone. Now with his dub against Harry secured, he was just showing off. Some cops arrived only to be harassed. He punched them off their bikes, and while they were hanging in the air, he needed to add some more salt to their wounds. And the second one had a double helping. This nigga should have stayed down. If I get flipped off my bike, seeing what happened to them, kicked out of the air, come on, it's above my pay grade. Now look what happened to him. Smacked with his own bike like a game of whack-a-mole. And the other one didn't learn either. He stood up after seeing his partner get turned to a smash burger and received his help on the bike. Now the third one had the chance of a lifetime to do nothing. I commend him on his bravery, but that just turned him into an idiot sandwich between two bikes. So we push even further in the movie. The cops escort Gabe's wife home, where she peeps two of them, and she was not sure which one is which until she trapped this with some mental gymnastics. But Yulaw was no bitch. He was like, I'ma get that gun, and I'ma kill you before you can even pull that trigger. And he did just that. Blicked her out right in front of Gabe, while he could do nothing but watch. Bring a tear to my eye. So now Gabe was rolling with Evan, now actually planning to kill Yulaw because this man was doing too much. So we skip to this point in the movie where they meet in a factory to end him. But that man Yulaw was like a chess grandmaster, a step ahead, planted a bomb to wipe them both off the map, like the Marines did Robin's hometown when they found out she could read, leaving Evan by himself, and Yulaw was playing with him like a lion with their prey. And why was Jason, the martial art demon himself, swinging like this? He's out there looking like Harry. I guess this is before Jason Statham really started dipping into his action movie bag, because this is inexcusable. Yulaw moved this nigga to the side, caught his kick with his thighs, twisted it to the side, before nearly rocking his shit. Look at that damage. It was like when Naruto was about to blow Sasuke's back out. That would have been catastrophic. Both instances, a short anime series. This man Evan was so ass, the writers made Yulaw do damage to himself, have him out there in the steam swinging like his opponent's Kitty Pryde. But once that smoke subsided enough for him to see Evan retreat, that was back on his ass. I never seen a man so dedicated to hawking somebody down like Yulaw, besides the people who shot Ricky and Boys in the Hood. Evan was going off so bad, had this man holding his leg like he doing a stanky leg. All this just a head for a gun. That's not gonna work. He can dodge bullets at high speed. And Yulaw was just being an asshole. He knew the gun wasn't gonna work. He just didn't want him to have it. He didn't want him to have any hope. Just flipped over the railing, stepped on the gun, really crushing his dreams. Look at Evan's face. He looked like an orphan asking for more soup. Instead of soup, he was served a size 9 boot to the chest. Then this part had me scratching my head a little bit. How is he not dead? Nigga was damn near clothesline with a leg, sent flipping in the air like he was a part of the Apollo crew on the moon, and was conscious enough to grab the railing when he returned to gravity, so he wouldn't turn to Humpty Dumpty. Clap it up for him. You have to celebrate the small victories when the character you're rooting for is always getting that ass beat. I now feel bad for Vegeta fans. I understand you. Yulaw was watching his handiwork when Gabe came walking back at their friend calling for an ISO. He had to get back for his wife. It's mandatory. He has to run these ones. So Yulaw, being the real one for the first time in the movie, did us a favor as viewers. Ripped the black part of his shirt off so we could distinguish the difference between the two. Yulaw, gray shirt. Gabe, black jacket. We got it. Let the fight begin. Gabe came out the gate strong, hitting a kick that had him looking like a ballerina, light on his feet. It didn't work, but it was a good start. Better than both Harry's and Evans. They were both out there mixing with each other. Nothing landing but the cleanest hands of the entire movie. Ever seen a game of super speed footsies before? No, exactly. They are different. Who else was side split on a railing just to dodge a kick and catch a punch? Yulaw. That's who. He was out there collecting style points like he passed go on a Monopoly board, avoiding another of Gabe's punches just to plant his hands on his back and flip over him, getting back into the mix. It seemed like they were even. Gabe on go, non-stop attacking, and Yulaw with their perfect defense, like he mastered the shotgun gun. Until Gabe stole some of Yulaw's style points, whipping out his favorite attack. That suspended double leg kick, finally landing a clean hit, stumbling Yulaw back. Clap it up. These hands are being exchanged like it was Valentine's Day. They reset with Yulaw brushing off the kick to his chest like he was gonna restore some of his lost HP. And Gabe, seemingly always on go, was like that, rushed in for another jump kick. That was weave, leaving Gabe facing the other direction, but that was no problem. He had a back kick in his bag. It didn't work, but he has it just in case. They were back going blow for block, with Yulaw working the railing like a stripper just to avoid that little kick, having Gabe out there looking lost. Gabe had enough. He was trying everything. He was like, here, take this headbutt. He was exhausting every move in his arsenal until he landed cleanly, pushing Yulaw back. But Yulaw was a Hawking Master 3000. He was on Gabe's ass in a blink, double fisting him across a platform, had him holding his chest like he was auditioning for Life Alert. Yulaw continued with a spin kick, sending Gabe over the top ropes like it was a Royal Rumble, holding on for dear life, mirroring Mufasa's final moment before he ate a size 9 boot, falling to the platform below. And look, Yulaw was just showing off now. Why did he jump off like this? And Gabe only made him look colder by allowing Yulaw to violate him mid-air and land mad swifty, but the beating for Gabe didn't stop. Yulaw started walking on his chest sideways, then pinned his foot behind his head, a little freaky, and started giving him CPR with the other foot. Real deal, 8 times stopping on his chest. Surprised Gabe didn't end up like Ace. Yulaw still out there performing, chasing down Gabe again, jumping down, only to be caught in the face with a double help on a boot, allowing Gabe to get back into the exchange. Too bad it seemed like Yulaw had an answer for every question Gabe posed. Nah, you can tell Yulaw was on to feel himself. He jumped over Gabe's kick and popped him in the chest with the same hang time. These got some masterful ups. Gabe tried to redeem himself. There was no way he could let himself go out like that, no matter how clean Gabe's recovery looked. One thing about Yulaw, he was gonna be on your ass. Double fisting Gabe into the power box behind him, having this man taunt even before he finished him. He didn't even need to see Gabe die to know he won. That was until this man hit one crump, rebooted, look at his ring finger, and I knew it was up. But I gotta take it with some star points. This nigga got up like he was at Magic Mike. This was not necessary. Freaky ass spider monkey. And he stayed in that pose, even with his knees shaking like he was Meg Thee Stallion. Then they started boxing again, with Gabe slowly earning back his points, with how badly he was stalling on him. Lifted his arms up, swung around his leg to dodge his attack, then flicked him backwards like a booger. Sparks everywhere. Then the K-Man cuts over to Evan, who just got the gun. Damn, nigga, that long? Or are they squabbling that fast? I don't know. Then he did something with his SPD phone, and Gabe was down there stunting, walking through the sparks with no fear. I know Michael Jackson wish he could say the same. Then they started moving in the sparks, straight hands, with Gabe winning the exchange, laying Yulaw out like a pallet, until the machine blew up, allowing Yulaw to reset for the squabble once more. But nothing really changed. It was Gabe's fight. Look how he flipped him like a pancake, then punted him into a machine. Had this man Yulaw grabbing the weapon, he was done with the hands. No more fair fighting. And for the first time, maybe second time, depending on how you count it, Evan was useful, shooting the machine, sending Yulaw flying when it exploded. Gabe didn't need the help, because when Yulaw re-equipped the axe, Gabe ran off his chest like it was a wall, kicked the axe, hitting a baffle like he was King Batch, and then he could have gave him some lumberjack treatment. But instead he decided to drag him to the portal, giving us a scene changing to the NVA offices, where Yulaw got sent to Hades, and Evan sent Gabe to an alternate reality where he can meet his wife once again, because NVA wanted him to take the charges for Yulaw's crimes back in his own universe. I'll be damned. But just know, Yulaw did not go regular degular. He lived by 4 extra rule of squabbling. You have to get him off the back. He went into Hades wanting to fade with everyone there, and he accepted with kind. Basically, he was begging for a fade. All I can say is Gabe is lucky they did not make a sequel, and Yulaw did not escape from Hades, because that man would have came out different. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care.